just want to follow on the theme of transport. The Bus Connects programme from the National Transport Authority is the subject of a major public consultation process, and today is the last day for residents in Dublin to put in their observations on this programme. And I just want to say one thing of general application, not local application, and that is that there is a danger that once you put traffic engineers in charge of a process and they get into their head that bus transport in an urban area is the only solution, and that other traffic, such as lorries, vans and ordinary cars, are somehow the problem and bus is the answer. There's a danger in that there's a simplistic notion that everybody's traffic needs are all the same, and they're not. I mean, if you have to bring your kids to a creche and visit your mother-in-law or wherever every day, your aged mother-in-law, buses may be completely useless to you, and you can have buses flying in every direction, and they are of absolutely no assistance to somebody whose daily existence requires car mobility. And I just want to put on the record of this House that we shouldn't ever get involved in a process where the engineers come up with the idea bus transport is the answer to everything. I'm not saying it shouldn't be improved and radically improved, but we shouldn't get into a kind of a position where we have tunnel vision, and the result is we have massive traffic congestion for all other forms of transport.
Thank you, Senator. Senator Sean Coyne.
You did. You are absolutely right. Today is the last day. There's been huge engagement, and I think it's been really positive, particularly that it has been during a pandemic, and it's not least of which because members of this House and the other House have made sure that their communities are represented. But you are right. The bus isn't the answer to everybody's needs, and sometimes you would be forgiven for thinking that it is the only answer to everybody's transport needs. And so I think it's really important that we don't get trapped in that mindset that engineers, and whilst they're wonderful and we need them, would have you believe that this particular route is going to solve everybody's transport needs, because it won't. And what it might actually do is solve some people's, but at the expense of others. And so we'd find ourselves back here, in another cycle of having a conversation about lorries and trucks and their impact, negative and positive, on cities and on our towns, but more importantly about the commuter that sometimes doesn't have the choice because of their obligations and stuff in the morning time or the evening time to be able to take a bus. And so we do need to be really careful that we don't fall into that mindset, and I would encourage anybody that hasn't made, and that's not just in this House but also at home, anybody that hasn't made an application or a submission to the Bus Connects to do so before close of business today.